Following up to the top 10 things we want in Left 4 Dead 3, we're going to take a quick analysis of some of the special infected and what they need some improvements on in either an update that will probably never happen or Left 4 Dead 3. These mutations, as we'll call them, can range to their abilities, damage output, or changing their dynamic on the battlefield of the dead. The survivors are armed to the teeth and they have 8 years under their belt. It's time for the special infected to mutate into some better Zambos. This is the top 5 things we want changed about the special infected in Left 4 Dead.
They're changing.
God damn it, Bill! Oh, it stinks!
Number 5, Jockey hitbox detection and recharge rate. As you may remember from my first top 10, I went on a little rant about the Jockey's hit detection. Trying to hit a survivor as the Jockey is not as hard as it was on launch day, but in a panic to attack the opposing team, the Jockey can miss out on a good opportunity because they were an obscure frame away from the pounce. My second to least favorite of the special infected because of this reason, and its notorious instant death to anything that will scratch it, punch it, or any kind of melee to it while it's in the middle of a jump or it's Jockey riding a survivor. It's also a pain to recharge the Jockey pounce when you latch on to survivor when they only have about 8 health. 2 seconds of latch time should not lead to 30 seconds of running off scared or scratching. Create a ratio system for the Jockey. However long the Jockey is on should factor into how long the recharge should be.
My father gave me a small loan of $1 million.
Somebody's doing the raping, Don. Well, who's doing the raping?
I will build a great wall on our southern border, and I will have Mexico pay for that wall.
Number 4, the smoker's death cloud. Now the smoker obviously gets its name from the trail of smoke that follows it, but when you gun it down, a cloud of smoke also covers the area of death that it leaves behind. But the smoke's visual impairment is hardly noticeable in the grand scheme of the game besides a few minor costs from the characters. The smoker's not very useful in close range encounters. I know it's for long range and it's kind of like a sniper infected, but that's not always the case in some situations. But maybe if we expanded the area of the smoke that erupts from its dead body and thickened the clouds, the threat of the smoker can become more serious. Maybe there can be a secondary effect where somebody can't switch weapons or pull out pills, or maybe they, like 15 points of their health become pill health or the residual temporary health. The boomer is notorious for blinding a survivor, but maybe people will think twice about killing a smoker at close range if the actual smoke could cause a similar effect. Now, I'm not saying give it the area of effect damage like the pill health, but one of the biggest things about Left 4 Dead is using your sight to your advantage so you can see your teammates. And if you can't see them, well, they'll just be Left 4 Dead. Number 3. Upgrades to the spawn area and ghost free roam. The key to executing a team attack against survivors is the right spawn and knowing the location inside and out. The proximity of the survivor can cause spawn points to be disrupted in many crucial situations, and survivors can heavily exploit their anti-special infected spawn radius. It even worsens during finales to where the radius is enlarged. We need to decrease the radius of these survivors. Another thing worth to mention, when you die as a special infected, you are forced to watch through the first or third person perspective of one of the 7 other players in game. Adding a flying free roam ghost aspect to the special infected upon their death could allow for better strategic communication between the infected. People can figure out where they want to spawn a lot faster. Plus, it's not always fun to just watch other people play. Once the death timer runs out and the player assumes control of a special infected, in ghost mode mind you, they return to their grounded state and head for a perfect spot that they scouted earlier so they can execute a perfect attack. Number 2, the tank's fear of fire. Fire bad, tank not like, it very hot. Now tanks, like the witch, used to be the scariest damn thing to encounter in Left 4 Dead, but now you could just chuck a Molotov, run to an open area, and problem solved. The tank is pretty much forced to keep a distance most of the time because of the fear of fire, unless there is a nearby shallow body of water to take a quick dip in. In Left 4 Dead 3, maybe the tank mutated, gained some sort of self-preservation in his tiny little head, and evolved slightly from a berserker, and used his hulking mass to sling himself in different directions, kind of like the hunter, except a lot less range, no vertical jumping, and maybe half the distance of the jump. Solely for the use of moving in any direction away from gunfire and grenades, maybe getting behind a circus tent so you can't get hit. Now I know this mechanic could be abused, so there could be a 4 to 5 second cooldown rate for the ability, as well as cause the tank to not move for a short period after executing the jump, just so the tank can't OP rush the survivors and falcon punch them. This dodge could keep the tank more menacing and restore its once kingly status among the dead. Number 1. Make the witch great again. I made this point in my last top 10, and I just wanted to bring it up again. The witch is probably the most iconic special infected of this series, yet it's the most brushed under the rug gameplay-wise. Everyone actually looks to confronting the witch head-on to crown her, rather than sit back and avoid her, all while reveling in her scene/emo girl splendor. Left 4 Dead 2 attempted to make a wandering witch with the thought that a mobile witch would be more threatening. Well, that was the exact opposite of their intended goal, and it made her easier to one-shot kill. Since most people rush in with shotguns, maybe we can add a few new startle features to the witch to discourage people from attempting a crown. Make it to where the faster the speed at which a survivor comes toward her will cause her to be startled more easy. The heavier a weapon the survivor carries, the louder the footsteps, and if someone approaches her from behind rather than the front, she would be more prone to attack. She also has a hard time of jumping over obstacles, so maybe increase her vaulting speed and running speed in general. She just needs to be more intimidating, because all of the fear we once loved in Left 4 Dead is, well, dead. Well, that's it for this list this time around. Is there anything I missed? Should I talk about the survivors more? Let me know what you think in the comments. And what should the next top list be? I might be branching out to Overwatch, Halo, and other popular franchises. Which of those sound interesting to you? Maybe there's a game I should do that I haven't even played yet. Let me know. Be sure to start following us on Twitch by clicking the link in the description. We'll be starting weekly streams starting June 25th. Add me on Xbox Live. My gamer tag's in the description as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more videos in the future. Until next time, it's Wow Such Gaming. Wall, 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 wall.